because he has been starving himself nutritiously for years. He now has more energy than he ever had. He can eat when he wants to, because I was curious. I said, dude, did you give up eating? He said, no, I can eat great stuff when I want to, but at least I get my nutrition through a feeding tube. So, I mean, you know, he just thought it was the end of the world.
And he did, you're right. I saw his postings.
It was the beginning of his life, and that was excellent. But food preparation, I tell you, I had a second. Y'all, I don't know if you remember Denise, my old secretary. She would bring over her leftovers every day. I can't get Odette to do that yet, but anyway. We, for 2 years, Lynn and I, we ate her leftovers, which was wonderful, because we didn't, and it was good stuff, because she cooked. But I want to tell you, I've got a friend, a very wealthy friend, that has a person come in once a week. She's very busy. They come in once a week and they cook up meals, and they're homemade meals, but they freeze them. And so that's another option that I would have never thought about until I saw her do it.
Yeah, that's a great option, and you can freeze them in meal-sized servings so that you don't have to do a whole big thing. You can do small containers. My other question is, does anybody use microwaves? Because they're a really nice option. They're safer than a stove, and you can cook, a lot of hands, because you can cook things the same things in a microwave. You could do the same good vegetables. You can do them quicker, and you can do them safer in a microwave than you can do in the stove. I see a hand up.
I'm sorry. One of the things I want to add is the Mayo Clinic just put out a guide for people with disabilities and their nutritional habits, and one of the things that was included is some of the foods that people buy that reduce spasticity and muscle cramps. And it's a lot of things that I've been doing kind of not knowing, just because I haven't such good experience with it. Anything that's anything organic with a red color apparently has an organic compound that relieves muscle spasticity. So beets, red cabbage, those types of things. And I also found out that Mexican food, which I love, because of the jalapenos and the capsaicin, helps with muscle cramps and spasms also. So it's just a little plus.
Is that something you can post on the listserv?
Sure, I can put it up.
The resource for that would be outstanding.
Well, I know my, and then we'll get to Ellen. Ellen's burning to say something, but one second, Stacy. My personal trainer tells me to eat a banana each day. It helps with cramps.
Yeah, the potassium in bananas is great, and it really does make a difference.
When I'm sitting at the table, I use regular chairs. But it's really hard for me to eat because the table is actually higher than what I would need. I would prefer to have a chair or a table that is, lower and more comfortable for me at a comfortable height so that I can eat. And also some better chairs as well. Because my wheelchair is too big and I have a hard time getting under the table sometimes. So what are some suggestions? What do you think we should do about that?
I see an answer back there. One quick thought is that for chairs, I like to use captain's chairs that have armrests. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Stacy. There is a chair manufacturer in Washington State that makes custom chairs designed to individual specifications, and they're not really that expensive. And what I always tell people, I do a lot of information referral service at work, and we often refer people there because they, if they're fully grown adults and your size is basically not going to change unless you're eating poorly and put on weight, but you can have a very nice custom chair built for like $85 and have it forever.
Could you put that on the listserv?
Sure, I'm making a list.
So you're going to have a list, yeah, because that would be outstanding.
And also, we have chairs, kitchen chairs that go up and down.
I'm sorry, the gentleman who runs the factory in Washington actually started building chairs for people of short stature with dwarfism and other orthopedic impairments, because one of the things that they always said was you can never get comfortable if you push yourself all the way back to use the backrest. Your legs are hanging because the seat pan is too long. So he started building these custom chairs and has now expanded to folks with spina bifida, folks with CP, all kinds of orthopedic impairments where conventional furniture just doesn't fit. I'm sorry, it's Red Dwarf Enterprises. It's a little double entendre. He is a person of short stature, but I'll post it for you.
Okay.
Judith, we have a question up here. Ellen?
And while you're on your way to Ellen, in terms of tables, that is just a really hard question. I did some work with a group home trying to design, and we had everybody in power chairs, much like yours, that were really high. And trying to get the chairs under those tables was really, really difficult. And that's where Robert was saying the chairs that go up and down.
Yes, and I have a friend in Baltimore that lives in a future home, and he has a table. They have a table that has a pedestal in the middle, and that it goes down to it can go down to a table, a coffee table, but it can also raise up to a dinner table, and they can stop anywhere in between. So that's an option also.
I have been having problems eating because my tummy has been hurting me a lot, and all things like vomiting. I felt like if I ate something, I would throw up. So I have been not been eating that good. I turned away from foods that I like because my tummy has been hurting me so much, and it has been going on for a long time, and I just can't. I am in pain.
Ellen, that's a medical problem. I mean, that is absolutely a medical problem. Have you talked to your doctor about that?
But okay, let me say this. I have reflux, but even this, I turn away from it because I could not keep my pain so bad that I was up for nights on end.
Do you take anything for your reflux?
Yeah, but even though I don't eat properly because I get the feel pain in my stomach. The feel pain.
See, you need more medical help, Ellen, because that just should not be. You should not be having that much pain.
Sorry about this. Sorry.
No, don't.
I felt like eating when I came here, but my stomach was upset and I turned away from it.
I think I followed all that.
Okay, well, I think
Looks like Robert answered.
it's definitely you really need to go back to the doctor, and you really need to tell them that, because that's definitely a medical issue. I just want to make one note, because the most used word in this group is sorry. We're not sorry about anything in these 4 days. So unless you do something on purpose, you can say sorry, but don't say it around, because we do use that word being in our society. I just wanted to add that little. Any other stories about nutrition? Any tidbits? Any tips?
How many people in the room have reflux?
Oh.
I can't believe you guys get through, but like almost anything.
Yeah.
And I noticed there were several people with asthma. And do you know that people with reflux are much more likely to have asthma?
Really?
I deal with constipation almost on a daily basis. I've taken all kinds of over-the-counter stuff, which doesn't really help a lot. I got something prescribed by the doctor, but it takes a while to work. Now, about 2 years ago, I got my gallbladder out, and since then, my bowels have gone nuts. I have